And right now, the controversial bill removing gender identity from the Iowa Civil Rights Act is law. In a private signing, Governor Reynolds signed Senate File 418 into law today. This is a live look at the State House tonight.
Now legal experts are looking into the other discrimination protections that could apply to transgender people.
KCCI's Pepper Papura is in studio now. Pepper, there are ongoing civil rights cases involving gender identity discrimination.
That's correct, Stacey. And I talked with a civil rights lawyer about what will happen with some of those cases now that this legislation is signed. When legislation removing gender identity protections from Iowa's Civil Rights Act,
Aye 33, those voting no 15,
was signed into law on Friday.
We are all children of God, and no law changes that. What this bill does accomplish is to strengthen protections for women and girls, and I believe that it is the right thing to do.
Iowa civil rights attorney Roxanne Conlon says cases involving discrimination against transgender people were placed on a deadline.
We're going to try to get everything on file before July 1st, 2025.
Conlon says she's currently managing multiple such cases, and data from the Iowa Civil Rights Office shows it's reached a determination in 54 complaints involving gender identity discrimination so far in 2025. More than the total for any other previous year. But Conlon says those cases could still be backed by Iowa Civil Rights Act if the suits are filed before the new law takes effect on July 1st. At the same time, she says she's considering other ways to defend such cases.
We're going to try to figure out legal remedies for people who have been the victims of discrimination. I'm not sure we'll be able to do it, but we're going to give it our best shot.
Drake Law Professor Mark Kindy says federal protections may exist, but will need to be tried.
There are some limited protections, and yes, even the Biden administration issued an executive order. I think a lot of that is sort of by the wayside, with the Trump administration issuing also counter executive orders. So optimistically, maybe some of those documents still provide some protection.
Conlon says Iowa's Constitution could also offer some protections.
We do have a constitution in the state of Iowa that guarantees due process and that guarantees equal protection of the laws. We're going to see whether or not those constitutional provisions protect transgender people.
But before passing the legislation, the floor manager in charge of the then bill said transgender people in states that do not list gender identity in its Civil Rights Act are still protected.
28 other states do not have gender identity as a protected class, including 3 states with the highest population of transgender individuals: Florida, Texas, and North Carolina.
And Kendi also says a 2020 Supreme Court case could also offer transgender people some employment protections. However, there are some questions about whether it would be enforced. He spoke more in depth about that with KCCI's Amanda Rooker in this week Close Up. You can watch that on Sunday at 10:30. Stacey.
Pepper, thank you.